breathing. He's exhausted. He can't even defend himself. This fight is about to get stopped.
Big elbows from Cejudo.
Oh man, I thought the referee was going to stop it.
Oh,
He is.
that's it. Get him a second bout. Henry Cejudo is the UFC Bantamweight champion.
UFC 238 Cejudo vs. Moraes kicked off with a heavyweight bout between Tuivasa and Blagoy Ivanov. Both had impressive records. Ivanov had only 2 losses while Tuivasa had only 1. Tuivasa started the first round with some aggression, throwing kicks and strikes that were not common in heavyweight fights. Tuivasa quickly got Ivanov in the clinch and started throwing elbows. But soon after, Ivanov tagged Tuivasa with a right that put the Australian on the ground. Ivanov went for a guillotine choke, but Tuivasa slipped out. The rest of the round kept up the pace and we saw great exchanges from both fighters. Ivanov almost got the submission victory on Tuivasa, but he tapped well after the horn sounded.
Ivanov once again looking for the head.
Trying to pull him down front headlock, make him carry.
He switched hands. He switched hands and
Now he's trying to guillotine.
He's trying that guillotine. Oh, he's got his neck.
Well, the crowd saw the tap. It came well after the horn. We will get to the third round.
The rest of the fight was high-paced, but at the end of it all, Ivanov came out with a victory by unanimous decision. Next up, we had bantamweight fighters Jimmy Rivera and Petr Yan battle it out in the octagon. In the first round, Rivera attempted to grapple a bit with Yan, but both fighters mainly stayed on their feet. Right before the end of the first round, Yan landed a left hook that put Rivera on the ground.
There's that left from Yan. Oh, Rivera trying to survive to see the end of this round.
Rivera's in big trouble, and he just took one on the chin again. And now he's stuck in a head and arm position.
Wow.
That was slick.
And won him the round.
Yan did his best to finish the fight, but the clock ran out and it moved on to round 2. Rivera landed a huge right at the beginning of the second round and kept up the pace with some heavy strikes. It was looking like round 2 was going to Rivera before he took a huge kick to the face.
That's where he got tagged before. And he can't move backwards. Oh, he ate an uppercut.
Rivera goes down from the uppercut.
That was nasty. Oh, that was nasty.
He's in big trouble.
Just before the end of the round, Yan scored yet another huge knockdown, leaving Rivera needing a knockout for the victory. Right away, Rivera was aggressive, but Yan managed himself well and knocked him down early. By the end of it all, Rivera put up a great fight, but Yan came out with a win by unanimous decision. Next up, we had fan-favorite lightweight fighters Tony Ferguson and Donald Cowboy Cerrone facing each other for the first time. Right away, Cerrone used his reach advantage to land a couple jabs on Ferguson, but Tony answered right back. Before the end of the round, Cerrone landed a series of huge strikes and a cut opened over Ferguson's eye.
Good left hand by Donald. He hurt him with that. Oh, high kick.
The second round kept up the same pace, with both fighters landing some clean jabs and brutal combinations. It wasn't long before both fighters' faces looked worse for wear, with Cowboy in particular having trouble breathing from his nose. The buzzer sounded at the end of the second round and Ferguson threw a punch afterward, getting some boos and a stern talking to from the ref.
Second round.
The second round's the Tony Ferguson show. Donald's in trouble. Both his eyes are swollen shut. Look at that. Oh!
Blatant right hand after the horn from Ferguson.
That's terrible.
Cerrone's eye had blown up and his nose was a mess. The doctor was called in and the fight was called off, giving Ferguson a win by TKO. For our co-main event, we had UFC regulars Valentina Shevchenko and Jessica Evil Eye battle it out for the Women's Flyweight Championship. This would be Shevchenko's first title defense in the UFC. Right away in the first round, Valentina landed 3 huge body kicks on Eye and set the pace for the fight.
In the black and gold, befitting a champion.
Right away, hard kick to the body. And that southpaw stance really opens up that back power kick of Valentina's. There it is again.
No, that's 2 big kicks to the body.
And there's a third one.
Soon, Shevchenko grabbed Eye and threw her to the ground. Valentina stayed on top and in control until Eye managed to use the fence to get herself back up. That was until Shevchenko flipped her to the ground once again. Valentina almost had an armbar before the buzzer rang to end round 1.
There it is.
There it is.
Fully trapped, and this is a very, very difficult position to get out. Lucky for her, she doesn't have much time. She got her arm. She might tap here. Oh, look at that. Jessica reverses it.
Round 2 was short and sweet. A little over 25 seconds into the round, Shevchenko landed a huge kick to Eye's face that knocked Jessica out cold.
Yeah, it's bad.
Oh, head kick. It's in.
This gave Shevchenko the victory in her first successful championship defense. Finally, we had the main event of the evening, headlined by a UFC Bantamweight Championship bout for the vacant title between Marlon Moraes and Henry Cejudo. In the first round, Moraes showed his power with some heavy kicks and hooks.
There's a nice leg kick. Wow, what a combination by Moraes.
Nice counter from Cejudo.
Oh man, beautiful catch and return.
Cejudo took a couple minutes to respond with the same ferocity. It looked like things were going in Moraes' favor for most of round 1, but Cejudo would come back with the pressure in round 2. In the second round, Cejudo landed some heavy straights and Moraes kept up his versatile kicks. Midway through the round, Cejudo started swinging and really gave Moraes something to worry about.
Cejudo
Right hand by good uppercut. Oh, head kick.
Cejudo bloodied on that right side.
Cejudo's having way more success this round than
Both fighters gave each other huge exchanges for the rest of the round, including some devastating knees from Cejudo. By the third round, it would all come to an end. Cejudo got an exhausted Moraes to the ground and started wailing on him with huge hammer fists and elbows.
He really can't do anything. He's exhausted. He can't even defend himself. This fight is about to get stopped.
Big elbows from Cejudo.
Oh man, I thought the referee was going to stop it.
Oh,
He is.
that's it. Give him a second bout. Henry Cejudo is the UFC Bantamweight champion.
Henry Cejudo did it.
With 10 seconds left in the round, Moraes was unable to defend himself and the fight was stopped. This gave Cejudo the victory via TKO, earning him a Performance of the Night award, and most of all, making him the 4th fighter to hold championship belts simultaneously in 2 weight divisions. We love to see a great comeback like this one. Was this the best comeback in UFC history? Let us know in the comments below. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe and check back every week for more Ultimate MMA.